Have you seen this hilarious tweet about you, by the way? Worst outcome of this election is now I kind of respect Hassan. My expectations were rock bottom, and in surprising move, he actually reached those expectations. Can't trick me. I still don't fully trust any Twitch streamer, but he kept very politically consistent throughout the election when it would have been easier to give in. Getting invited to the DNC only should talk Obama during his speech and then kicked out for talking with uncommitted. I mean, I don't think people understand. Like, I just... That is the... You know what it is? The nothing on my position, nothing from my positions have changed. It's just people are not filtering it. I think people are simply not filtering it through like a negative lens for once, and they just make up their own minds for once, and they're like, damn, maybe this guy is good, which is something that you hear about all the time on TikTok comments, where people will like find one of my videos of me defending a position that I've defended for the past 10 years non-fucking stop, and they go, oh my God, unimaginably rare Hassan W. And it's like the video itself will literally be me talking about like healthcare and how it's a necessity and how it would improve people's lives dramatically and it must be done. It's like the moral position. They'll be like, damn, I don't really like Hassan, but this is a fucking really rare W. It's like, no, it's not. To be fair, the first time I heard about Lonerbox was years ago when Bad Empanada defended you because Lonerbox wanted Twitch to ban you for your chat being too pro-China. Wait, what? Lonerbox wanted me to be banned because my chat was too pro-China? What the fuck? These people are so delusional, brother. Read a fucking foreign policy magazine article for once in your goddamn lives. Like, if you think I'm fucking pro-China, listen to Michael Bloomberg talk about China, okay? Holy shit. It's also so weird because it's not like fucking hate speech or anything. It's just, you know how like right-wingers, Nazis will always be like, oh, you just want to ban me because you disagree with me. That's literally what these guys are doing. Like, that's it. That's it. They're just like, oh, I disagree with your positions and I refuse to understand where you're coming from. And I'm going to shamelessly act like in my position of ignorance that you are actually in favor of things that you might not even be in favor of. And then I'm going to demand you get banned for it. It's not like I'm fucking saying like insane shit. It's not like I'm saying insane shit like, oh, genocide is good or anything. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Sorry, praising America's geopolitical enemies is hate speech. In parentheses, you're Americophobic. That's literally what it comes down to. What is this? Should he be banned?
Many prominent nominally.
Should Twitch streamers be banned if their chats defy official Western narratives? Apparently, the answer is yes. That's tanky and ooh for some reason. Drone simping is fine though. What? What is this?
Of Ukraine, and the Chinese person was speaking, and Hassan's chat went fucking ballistic, like China simping, like tanky fucking, like no genocide, ooh woo fucking.
Why does he talk like this? For one, this is exactly what I mean. This is the
LB been making hate vids of Hassan for years. He's just finding out what the fuck's wrong with this guy, man. I'm learning so much. I'm learning so much about these people who apparently have been fucking... Like, I've DM'd this guy in the past because I saw his video shitting on Benjamin Netanyahu. I have found out about other pro-Palestinian content creators he collaborated with in the past. Like, small content creators that he brought up. in his videos, like Beast Bra says. That's weird, man. Someone in the chat said, why don't you just apologize? For what? Tatters told you all about it back then and you ignored it all? Like, apologize to what? Who? You? No, suck my dick. As a former Loner Box viewer, he's just jealous. That's it. That's the entire guy. Is it personal jealousy or is it jealousy that he is channeling from Destiny? Because, like, simply put, that's where a lot of the Destiny resentment comes from. Jealousy. Jealousy that he feels as though he carved a space for politics on Twitch. And then I came in and he was no longer the golden boy. And he never just like let that down. You know what I mean? He just could never give up on that. And worst of all, when I left his community entirely, because there was a point, it's embarrassing to admit, but there was a point where I thought like he was one of these like people who had redeemed themselves, right? I was wrong. You're in a New York Times opinion piece? Wait, really? Details all his orbiters that you are evil and you're the reason he's banned, Lamau. But yeah, I think there's no reason to try and find like, I don't think there's a reason to try and find anything beyond what Destiny himself has openly recognized in this clip that you guys found. Oh, I'm in this? That's
Stop
crazy.
platforming people that are not supporting your candidates. You are private political parties. You're supposed to be self-interested, okay? The whole reason you have superdelegates and shit is to protect your elections, right? Stop inviting people to your events that hate your candidates. Don't do that. Stop doing that. It's retarded. Stop highlighting these people. Stop platforming these people. Stop spotlighting these people. Let them go to is it SDA, the Socialist Democratic Party of America? Let them go do events with those people. Jesus. Why would you cuck out so hard at these losers? Hasan shouldn't be anywhere near the DNC. Brianna Joy Gray, I don't know if she gets invited to shit. Nobody from Breaking Points, Kyle Kulinski included. I'm sorry. Maybe actually.
I like that he's the one who's like deciding, like in his mind, guy who doesn't even know what the fuck the DSA is deciding who gets to be invited to the DNC. Like, why won't they listen to me, man? What the fuck? I am the ultimate decider of who gets to go, please. Me, I didn't go, but
I'll give him. He's a little over the wall for me. Maybe he could come back though.
Oh, never mind. He said maybe Kyle Kulinski can come back. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, anybody related to I don't know where Sam Cedar was. Actually, Sam Cedar is so poisoned by the people around him that no, even he shouldn't be anywhere. Yeah, none of these people should be anywhere near, because if you're
damn, Sam Cedar disinvited from the DNC.
If you're the Democratic Party, you have to support the people that are supporting you, okay? Like, one of the things that you guys, I hate being a cock, I hate being a cuckoo, but I have to remind you guys of this, okay? I have to remind you guys, you have to understand this, okay? Because you take me for granted, all right? you take my psychological tenacity for granted. It is incredibly difficult to be out there on your own, okay, with no major backing, no major political communities.
Who's he talking to? His ego is out of control, dude. Like, I don't even know who the fuck he's talking to when he says, like, y'all don't appreciate me. I don't know, maybe his own community. He also said he got invited to DNC, but he turned it down. Oh, okay, good move. I don't know if he actually did, but who gives a fuck?
Nobody else in the that is an
Psychological tenacity. Boy breaks his brain every 3 to 5 business days. Yeah, dude.
incredibly difficult thing to do. So if you're the Democratic Party and you're backing people that hate your candidates and you're not providing any support to people that support your candidates, what the fuck? Give these people support. It doesn't have
What do you mean? Harry Hassan was mobbed up, dude.
to be me, although it should be.
This is how I start tweaking out when I fumbled a naturally funny baddie. He's saying all this because he said he wants to start a media company with people on the left who will do nothing but suck off the Dems. Would you ever go back to the DNC after they treated you? How? Yeah, fuck yeah. Why wouldn't I? Chad, I want to go to the fucking RNC too. What are you talking about? They want to be you.
You
What is-
appear to have a crush on Hasanabi. Is that correct?
Yes, if he ever watches this, I'm sorry
Sorry for what?
for being on here. He hates it.
Why?
Okay.
He's a socialist and he knows the formula of the podcast. I'm not going to go into, you understand.
It's possible that because he's such a low-tier, low-brow debater,
He's not a debater and he's been very clear that he doesn't, he's not a debate lord.
because he's literally a moron. So it doesn't surprise
Hell yeah, baby.
me he can't
I
debate.
completely disagree. He doesn't say that he's the smartest person. He's an internet personality who
Guy
you-
who's connected to Shaky
a
Gurr
political
and
commentator.
got his job because he had contacts.
Do you watch
with Shaky
political
Gurr.
commentate?
Yes,
commentate?
I'm a political commentator.
Okay.
You say shaky gurger? What the
And
fuck is
poli-
shaky gurger?
Shaky
A
Gurr
political.
What is a shaky gurga? Yes, he got his job because he's connected to Shaky Gurger.
commentator.
And got his job because he had contacts.
Do you
with
watch
Shaky
political
Gurr.
commentate?
Yes,
Commentate?
I'm a political commentator.
Okay, and people watch you.
Yes.
And there's people who think you're an idiot. So
Yes, but you know the difference is that I debate with those people and beat them. And you know what he does? He
I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but I highly doubt that he has decent debate acumen. Did he say I was low T or low tier? Oh, he said I was a low tier debater. Yeah, these guys are such fucking losers. This is why I hate this goddamn space.
who
guy
you-
who's connected. Yes,
commentate?
I'm a political commentator.
Okay, and people watch you.
Yes.
And there's people who think you're an idiot. So
Yes, but you know the difference is that I debate with those people and beat them. And you know what he does? He loses.
he was going to debate that one dude with the blue hair, but that guy is
Destiny would
Destiny
absolutely
is,
annihilate
Destiny's-
Hasanabi. It wouldn't even be close because he's annihilated him
because
before.
he's good at probing questions.
I'm Australian. I thought Destiny and Hassan were on the same side or shared the same beliefs. What? Destiny went so far left, he started playing for the other side. Same happened to H3, went from voicing inclusion and preaching hate towards those that disagree. Sad to see. But also to be a fair, Hassan is creeping up on that territory at this point. I love that she states he wouldn't like that she's on that pod, and that guy immediately clarifies why. Did Jank? Destiny would fold us on. There's a reason he doesn't debate. I do debate. That's the other side of this. That, like, I do. I debate all the time. The thing is, I pick and choose who I debate. Why the fuck would I debate some absolute monstrous piece of shit that has spent 5 years cyber stalking my ass? It's finally Jover. I know. They act like you're so scared. Like, there's so many VODs debating D. He's just annoying. I know. I used to do it all the time. Why would I beef with a flop? Exactly. Wait, what? Hassan anti-Semitic?
What are we saying?
Oh, this fucking guy, bro. No, there's a lane, man. There's a lane, I promise. I think... Motherfuckers would clip this. You've said before that you're not a debater and you don't like debating. Yes, I'm not a debater. I don't like debating. And yet, I still do debate. Yeah. My position on this is very clear and has not changed. I think if you present yourself as exclusively a debater, your community becomes a bunch of toxic little gremlins who don't care about anything, who don't care about any like real tangible positions, but simply care about the blood sport. Ha ha ha, Jews, am I right? Lol. Dude, what do you mean? First of all, the chatter who linked that is Jewish. We're literally making fun of this dude for falsely claiming that I'm anti-Semitic. Yeah, of course I'm gonna fucking laugh at that, dumbass. What am I supposed to do? Be like, oh my God. This person is smearing me as an anti-Semite. What am I supposed to do? Please take this seriously. I like that. I like that it's like so obviously like a completely fucking idiotic false smear, but I have to take it seriously. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. You know, calm down. Someone said I was in this. What is this? This failure is especially remarkable given that Biden-Harris administration's first years delivered significant youth-centered achievements, student debt relief, unprecedented climate investments, and meaningful gun safety legislation. Yet these victories were difficult with many young people to see or feel in real life, and Mr. Biden lacked the gifts of speech-making and persuasion to talk about these accomplishments effectively in today's fractured media landscape. Imagine if Mr. Biden and Ms. Harris had the dexterity and fluency to go on YouTube with Hassan Piker, go on Joe Rogan's podcast, or other Gen Z destinations and make the case for young Americans about these accomplishments. Okay. I think a lot of people fail to understand this, okay? A lot of the stuff that we're talking about here in terms of the accomplishments of the administration, many of which I've openly admitted, recognized, defended, okay? They are not enough. Oh, there was a Richie Torres slander. This was awesome. I'm on MSNBC. Talked to New York State Assembly member for District 36.
Your reaction to something that a Democratic congressman from New York said. This is
This is a fucking, he just shredded his ass.
Congressman Richie Torres, who tweeted out, Donald Trump has no greater friend than the far left, which has managed to alienate historic numbers of Latinos, blacks, Asians, and Jews from the Democratic Party with absurdities like defund the police or from the river to the sea or Latin X. I want to give you a chance just to respond to that broad takeaway from someone who is a Democratic Party member here in New York City.
I think Richie Torres probably had that in the drafts of his Twitter long before this election and was waiting for an opportunity to just confirm his prior sentiments. What I've found instead today, spending the day on Hillside Avenue in Queens and on Fordham Road in the Bronx, two areas that saw the strongest shifts towards Donald Trump and even larger numbers of voters who just didn't turn out at all, is that voters were primarily motivated by the economy, by a rising cost of living crisis, and by despair over the continued genocide in Gaza.
Let me...
This guy's awesome. Yeah, Richie Torres is backed by Republican billionaires and like Kahanist terrorists. Why are liberals doing culture war against the left? No one has said Latinx seriously in 4 years. They're fucking shadowboxing. No, stop. Felix Biederman said this best. I listened to the Chapo episode, the paywalled episode last night. The last time the Democrats won was when they did do the Latinx shit, which was 2020. That's right. We're back on the Latinx train, baby. He was like, if anything, the last time the Democrats were winning shit was in 2020, and they definitely were doing some kind of like aesthetic posturing. People think that because you're Turkish and you're pro-Palestine, even I thought you were anti-Semitic a few weeks ago from what I heard. I'm not educated on these matters since I'm not poli-sci, but I can see you're trying your best. I think that's what's so crazy is that like, and that's what's kind of scary about America, that like I can have such a prominent platform while being like an overt anti-Semite according to my naysayers. Like, and people are like, oh yeah, well, he's probably anti-Semitic, but I'll hear what he has to say. Like when I hear that someone is a fucking anti-Semite, okay, I'm like, I'm done. I'm done with that person. You understand? Like, that's what's so crazy, that like, because there's so much like underlying anti-Semitic attitudes and sentiments that are considered permissible by broader society, that like people are like, yeah, he's probably anti-Semitic, but I would like to hear what he has to say. I'm not, okay? Like, that's what's crazy. I wouldn't expect people, if people were like, yeah, damn, I go to Hassan for his anti-Semitism, it's like, that's crazy. Imagine the inverse. People coming in here being like, this guy's not anti-Semitic at all. I'm done watching him. Would be very funny. Except, of course, no one fucking says that, because all of the people who are anti-Semitic already fucking hate me, because I've always been against anti-Semitism. That's the point. You can fucking cry about it all day, every day till the cows come home. But most normal people have the capacity to understand, like, maybe this guy who has spent hours and hours and hours and hours combating anti-Semitism, both long before October 7 and certainly after October 7, pretty much every fucking day, maybe he's not trying to be anti-Semitic in like expert difficulty, okay? Maybe he's just not anti-Semitic at all. Anyway, I watch you for being a foe towards gay and trans people. Yeah. Anyway. Many Democrats failed to turn out the vote at the rate they did in 2020 when they ousted Donald Trump, according to an analysis of election data. Who could have predicted this? Who said this was a problem? Are you going to debate Shaky Gurga on Thanksgiving? Yes. It's called Janksgiving, but I guess we should change it to Shaky Gurga's Giving. Yeah, I think Hassan only wants to end anti-Semitism so he can bring it back and take the credit. Yeah. Yeah, my goal is to eviscerate anti-Semitism so that, you know, I can be the only, I can be the last remaining anti-Semite on expert difficulty. That's the same principle for everything, by the way. Like, that's the same fucking principle every time. Like, people will be like, oh, dude, I heard Hassan is a white supremacist. He's like anti-black. It's like, why? That's what I tell people who are surprised that I watch you for the misogyny. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. My goal is to give people the appropriate tools to combat hate, only so that it's like way harder for me to be hateful. You know what I mean? I got to like get better at my dog whistles. New game plus difficulty, baby. Yeah, that's why I'm a grifter on the left, because I secretly love the way the society is designed. You know what I mean? But for some weird reason, I am not comfortable enough to just like be a guy who says everything you know about society is great, which is like 98% of political commentators, both in this space and certainly in mainstream media. So why the fuck wouldn't I just say that? Why am I taking a immediately unpopular position? Most people don't want to think about everything being broken fundamentally. Okay? And they are quite resistant to anyone who tells them that it is busted. You are transphobic, but that's okay. Literally all cis people are. Posturing about trans people doesn't kill the cis brainworms. You're still better than most leftists on trans people, though. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. This is the type of shit that like would normally make a weak person go, okay, I'm done, right? And this is why I always tell you, okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. The original sin of being, as cis said. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what people think, you know, just don't have values that are shakeable, have uncompromising values, and it will be fine. Also, that chatter is incorrect. I am a foe. I'm an LGBTQ foe. Okay, I'm an enemy. I'm an enemy to the LGBTQ community. Everyone knows this. Chatter said you can't be anti-transphobic until you transition. Be like a mountain standing before a mighty river. I mean, it is true. Just like, yeah, look, see, here's how easy it is too. I'm a foe to the LGBTQ community, okay? And then I do this, and then it's done. It's wiped out. We wiped it out. Boom. We wiped it out. Boom. Put them pits away. Sniffing stinky pits always brings my mood up, especially after a long hot day. Geez. Okay, y'all are saying shit you shouldn't say. Anyway. You're are so annoying. Show the pits again, I beg. No. Are those even real comments? No, I'm just making them up. No, they're definitely real comments. Okay, let's continue. Let's get back into it. All right, we're gonna do fucking border czar, incoming Trump's border czar.
Trump's granddaughter with Elon Musk, with the Trump family,
What is
and
this?
clearly is finding himself with an influential part of Trump's early sort of cabal of people who are helping set up his new government. It's an interesting development given how much wealth he has, how much conflicts he has throughout the world, what he has already done in China, what he is doing with the war effort in Ukraine, and it will be interesting to see what role he has, official or otherwise, in the Trump administration going forward.
Yes, fingerprints, Elon Musk's fingerprints or Twitter prints all over the place right now during this transition. Steve Conterno, thank you very much for that.
We just heard announced that Tom Homan, the former head of ICE, is going to be Trump's border czar. He had a conversation on 60 Minutes. I want to play a little bit of that.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together. It's not going to be a mass sweep of neighborhoods. It's not going to be building concentration camps. I've read it all. It's ridiculous.
So, Scott, how do you see this being Trump's policy sort of being meted out?
Well, first of all, I think Mr. Homan is the exact right choice, and I'm glad the president has moved on that so quickly because it was such a big part of his campaign. Number two, look, there's a whole bunch of people in this country that don't need to be here. In fact, there's, I think, 1.3 million people who've already received deportation orders from federal courts. They've already had due process. They need to leave. And so there's a good place to start. There's a whole other bunch of people who are here that we know have committed violent crimes, either where they were or since they've been here. They need to be sent away as well. So there are large numbers of people that need to be taken out of this country, and I think Mr. Homan is going to be the person who's most capable of getting that done. And for those who think that this is somehow unusual, it's not. Every administration deports people. Barack Obama deported all kinds of people, lots of people, in fact. And so it's something that the executive branch can and should do when due process.
Sick, man. I'm glad that the CNN's resident right-wing freak is just going full tilt, blood and soil. I like that. CNN is just like indistinguishable from Fox News now. It's great. Who was the one directing ICE under Obama? It was Tom fucking Homan. No, I know. And I hated it back then. So that's the problem. This is why I fucking... This is why I fucking criticize the Democratic Party as well as the Republican Party. This is why it's very frustrating. Yes, Barack Obama was known as the deporter-in-chief for this fucking reason. See, this is why you aren't VP turned loser presidential candidate. You can't acknowledge good ideas. It's crazy because people will then turn around and be like, it's crazy because then, you know, people turn around and they're like, we don't have uniparty here, okay? Yeah, also breaking news, the Democrats have officially lost the House, for the record. Republicans win the House, delivering a Trump trifecta. In 2015, President Obama gave him a presidential rank award as a distinguished executive. WAPO quoted saying, Thomas Homan deports people, and he's really good at it. Good thing. Good thing the Dems have been hitting that fucking line, dude. We are becoming an increasingly far-right nation. We've always been pretty fucking far to the right in many respects. Okay. Any chance for spoilers in the Red Party? Or are we screwed? I mean, they can't be consistent on anything. So there will always be some chaos. Waltz Trump has asked Florida Rep Mike Waltz to be his national security advisor. This congressman is known as a China hawk and NATO critic. Waltz worked in the Pentagon as a defense policy director for Secretaries of Defense Donald Rumsfeld and Robert Gates, by the way. He is not a NATO critic. He went on to serve in the White House as the vice president's counterterrorism advisor. Waltz wrote, Warrior Diplomat, a Green Berets battles from Washington to Afghanistan. Okay. He is, guys, if you want to watch a debate way back in the day between myself and Boner Chelly, it's somewhere out there in the archives where I used to debate him when we had, or at least I thought he had similar positions to mine. One of the debates we had was about how Donald Trump is a very successful and very normal right winger. Okay. That still remains. That attitude I have about Donald Trump still very much remains. Okay. If you want to understand like the dynamic all the way back that I called out all the way back in like 2018 or something. Yeah. It's on my YouTube. This is why I said, let me see if I can find the debate. I can't because obviously literally everything on YouTube is like the 7 gorillion times Destiny has mentioned me crying. Holy fuck. Jesus fucking Christ. It's on my YouTube somewhere. Oh, here, this is it.
Gosh.
Mike Pence is just Hasanabi versus Destiny. Is Trump a successful Republican or not?
Can we get back to Trump's effectiveness? Because I think this is an issue that you and I absolutely have a disagreement on, as far as like what...
God, with a fucking Blue Yeti mic. But if you want to see my opinions even back then with my real voice before I hit puberty, okay, there's a throwback for you. You can go check this fucking video out. All right? There it is. Wow, bro, you look older back then? Yeah. It's kind of wild that like now that I think about it, like Destiny has spoken so much about me that like he probably has polluted the fucking SEO. He probably has like completely polluted the fucking search engine optimization. Holy shit, Ben just posted this about you. Adorable Japanese Pika with the tip of its tongue sticking out. Thank you, chatter. I don't think Ben Shapiro will contest me or will talk about how like anti-Semitic I am or something, because I suspect that he has a lot of people who are actually anti-Semitic in his fan base, and he wouldn't want them to rush to my side to be like, oh, I actually agree with Hassan on this issue only, because they accidentally think that I am anti-Semitic when I am not. Would you debate Ben? Yes, I've said it a million times, dude. Ben, Steven Crowder, all these fucking dipshits, I would. Washington Post just published an opinion article on you. I can't tell if you guys are fucking with me or not. It's called Top of the Hour. We don't do ad breaks at the top of the hour, baby. But we do flex for subscribers. At the top of the hour, you can still subscribe for $6 or free with a Twitch Prime, or by getting gifted a sub. This way you can send me links, like the Washington Post link that probably doesn't exist, but who knows? Here it is. Thank you for the gifted schnoots Geo. A day old inside the online. Oh no, this is not an op-ed. This is not an op-ed. This is like I was quoted in this article. But it's not an op-ed. It's a normal piece. I think the protesters should have let Kamala speak. This is their fault. Also, campaigning with Cheney was a great idea. Oops. How the fuck did they find that? How the fuck did they find a video of Kamala looking like she's accidentally clicking the fucking reverse camera? Must be from her cooking streams. Yeah. Have you already heard about the RFK Jr. wellness farms? No. Prognosis guarded. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Chris Wallace quitting CNN. Wait, what? Why? He's going back to Fox. Literal FEMA camps. The RFK farms. Dude, you know what's crazy? You hit your all-time highest subscription count. Congrats. I did not realize that I had. But wait, he's quitting because of Joe Rogan and Charlemagne? What? You shut the fuck up. MP Sharky, multiply. Prognosis guarded, thank you for the 5 gifted. The move could add a new chapter to the story of the 77-year-old journalist. Dog, he's 77. Let him fucking breathe. You know what I mean? Do you see this Intercept writer? Yeah, I did. It was sick. Yeah, he's quitting. Chris Wallace is quitting because he said, it's my time to be president. What the fuck is this? Breaking. Kamala Harris, former comms director, has proposed that Biden step down within 30 days, allowing Harris to temporarily assume the presidency as a symbolic gesture. Oh, that's fucking awesome. That's really stupid. Wow. People are, yeah, like a Make-A-Wish kid, dude. That's sick. Anyway, and first and foremost, you would enforce the actual energy sanctions on Russia. Russia is essentially a gas station with nukes. Putin is selling more oil and gas now than he did pre-war through China and Russia. And you could couple that with unleashing our energy, lifting our LNG ban. And his economy and his war machine will drive very quickly. I just spoke with the Speaker of the Parliament of Lithuania. She buys 85% of her oil and gas from Texas and Louisiana. She said, what do you want me to do? Go back to buying from Russia? Because we've constrained our energy supplies. So I think that Putin will get to the table. We have leverage, like taking the handcuffs off the long-range weapons we provided to Ukraine as well. And then, of course, I think we have plenty of leverage with Zelensky to get them to the table. So it turns out American foreign policy is uniparty across the board. Huh. I thought that I thought that wouldn't be the case. What happened? Donald Trump, the peaceful dove. Here's Representative Mike Waltz. If Israel fails to fully implement the U.S. demands by November 13th, the U.S. could suspend its military assistance to Israel. While Iran is planning their next attack, Biden and Harris are threatening to hang Israel out to dry to score a win with the progressives before Election Day. This is a betrayal and a threat to America's security. It seems to me like he's not going to do that. AOC, agree with you bar for bar how some of the left drives people away, i.e. chatters who accuse you of being transphobic. AOC should never respond to that. She should never, ever in a million years respond to that sort of stuff, though, as someone who's an elected representative. I wish she would not see those comments, and I wish she would not read those comments, and I wish she would just, be a normal politician that's like not as online. It's not a problem that she's online, as long as it's just to, talk to people. Okay? But I don't like that, when people on the left or people who fucking criticize her and then she reads those criticisms and gets mad about those criticisms, like it's not good. Just don't. Who cares? Those people will all love you and ride for you if you make your positions known. Kyle Kalinske, no. What? Charlamagne the God said it's fine to misgender Caitlyn Jenner because she voted Trump. Correct? Ugh. No, dude. It's so dumb. It's so silly. Like, ay. It's fine. Like, see, that's another example of like someone who is on your side, but is just like saying a position that I disagree with. At least Kyle won't dart to the right about pushback, lol. Yeah. All right. Let's move on from this fucking borders